Hello guys, how are you? Now I am coming to another important chapter of chemistry, surface chemistry. What do you mean by surface chemistry? We are talking of the reactions or the chemistry at the surface. Surface of what? I am talking surface. If I consider this is a solid, or here I have a liquid. We are talking of chemistry on the surface. Something is going to happen on the surface. What is that? It has been observed that solids or liquids, they absorb gas molecules on their surface. Interesting that there are gas particles in the atmosphere also, and these are being absorbed by the walls which you have. That's why you get whitewashed every year, because they become black or dirty, because these particles of the gas, the molecules of the gas, they come and get absorbed at the surface. So the surface has a tendency to attract. These gas particles are present in the atmosphere. They are coming here and getting absorbed. Why will they get absorbed? We'll see that. But this process is called adsorption. So what is adsorption? Adsorption is nothing but the accumulation of the particles of the gas at the surface of solids or liquids. What we are saying? Accumulation of, what has happened? Accumulation of particles of gas at the surface of solids or liquids. There are so many observations which were done. Actually, for example, it has been found that certain solids having certain solid like charcoal, silica gel, alumina gel, clay, these have a strong tendency to absorb the gas particles on their surface. And the reason may be because they have a structure, porous type of structure in which these molecules can be absorbed. What they do, for example, if I take methylene blue. Methylene blue is a dye which is blue in color, and I have a solution of methylene blue. I add charcoal. You add in this animal charcoal, what happens? The color fades. That means the particles of the dye which were present have been absorbed at the surface of the charcoal. Similarly, in the sugar industries, if you have sugar which is yellow in color, when it is passed through animal charcoal, what you get is a white sugar. So the yellow colored material, the yellow colored impurities are absorbed at the surface of the animal charcoal. Again, what they did, if you put animal charcoal here is my charcoal, and you put some gas here, what happens? The pressure of the gas decreases after some period of time. Why the pressure of the gas will decrease? This vessel is closed from the top. That means some amount of gas is absorbed on the surface of the charcoal. Similarly, you see what we can do. You have a solution of acetic acid. Supposing you take 0.5 molar solution of acetic acid and you add charcoal in it. And what you will find that after some period of time, the concentration of acetic acid has decreased. You can perform a titration to find that experimentally. The concentration of acetic acid has decreased, means the acetic acid particles which were there, the molecules of acetic acid have been absorbed on the surface of the charcoal. So these are some of the examples, students, which we are talking about adsorption phenomena, and therefore let us see more things about this, that what is adsorption, why it is happening, and there are certain terms which are important in this chapter. So first thing I talked of adsorption. It is a surface phenomena. It is a surface phenomena, you are saying, and it's happening at the interface of solid or liquid, and there is a gas which is getting adsorbed. So we may write solid gas or liquid gas. At the interface, even when you put an electrode in an electrolyte, at the interface, you know, there is a phenomena which we can say is happening at the surface. The reaction is happening at the interface. So here, there are second thing is this called adsorbent. What is adsorbent? The substance which adsorbs, I will say, the adsorbate, or here we are saying the gases on its surface. For example, this I will explain just now what is adsorbate. For example, I am saying silica gel. It adsorbs water vapors. Silica gel adsorbs water vapors at the surface. Charcoal also, you have seen, adsorbs gases. So many gases: carbon dioxide, poisonous gases, sulfur dioxide, or hydrogen, nitrogen. So many gases are adsorbed. You know that when the people are working in the mines, they wear a mask. Which has got charcoal in it, so that the poisonous gases are absorbed. Even recently, during the coronavirus, you are in quarantine and you are wearing mask. And you will see that there is a pouch in the mask you are wearing, which may have a charcoal or a silica gel, and which can absorb certain poisonous gases. Charcoal can absorb certain poisonous gases, and moisture also from the atmosphere, water. So these silica gel, charcoal, alumina gel, they are all good examples of the adsorbents. And third, I am talking of adsorbate. The substance, the molecules which we saying, the gases which are being absorbed, which get adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent are called the adsorbent. So every time we are talking of adsorbent, these terms will be used a lot in the surface chemistry, and there are few more terms which we should understand before we discuss more information about this topic. What are those terms, students? Another thing which we talk about is absorption. What is absorption? I said this is my solid or this is my liquid. When something is adsorbed on the surface, that we call as adsorption. But if some substance gets distributed, if some substance is absorbed, means that the substance which we are having, the molecules, they go in the bulk of the adsorbent. Whatever adsorbent is there, but solid is there, the substance get absorbed in the entire bulk of the substance. So in absorption, the substance which we are saying, it gets distributed. It gets distributed in the bulk of the solid, which we are talking of the adsorbent, uniformly. So this, for example, calcium chloride anhydrous absorbs water, and you see what happens is that this forms CaCl2 2H2O. It goes in the entire calcium chloride, whereas a silica gel absorbs H2O. It is only at the surface in silica gel, but in calcium chloride, the entire water goes in the bulk of the calcium chloride and gets uniformly distributed over this. For example, there can be substances which can show both adsorption and absorption. Let us see what we call that. Next term I am coming, students. Absorption. Absorption means those substances which show both adsorption and absorption. Kindly see, here it is B, here it is D. Supposing I have a chalk and this is my ink solution, ink. I dip chalk, this is my chalk in the ink. You remove the chalk, you will find the surface of the chalk. If it is a blue ink, the surface will become blue. That means the blue dye has been adsorbed on the surface of the chalk. And if you break the chalk in two pieces, you will find that there is a blue color on the top, and you will see that it is wet from inside. It is wet from inside, but not blue from inside. Not blue. That means the dye is absorbed on the surface, but water is absorbed in the entire chalk. So here water has got absorbed and the blue color has got adsorbed. Most of the dyeing which is done for the cotton fabrics, you know how they are dyed. They are dyed with different colors by using dyes. Here both the absorption and adsorption takes place. Here both absorption and adsorption takes place. Both the things are happening when cotton fabrics are dyed in. So third term was absorption. We know what is absorption. And there is another term which I am talking about, desorption, students. D means the removal of the adsorbed substance from adsorbent. So if you heat or increase the temperature, it is possible that the substance which is adsorbed at the surface may get dissolved. Another important thing which I am talking of now, what is the mechanism of adsorption? You will ask me why it is happening, why the particles of the gas are getting adsorbed on the surface, they are not entering into the bulk. Because students, if I have a solid, the molecules at the solid have got inward attractive forces. They are experiencing inward attractive forces. But the molecules in the bulk is being attracted equally from all the directions. So there is a difference. Here you can see these molecules sitting on the surface of a solid or liquid. This molecule is experiencing an inward force. The molecules at the surface are experiencing inward force, whereas the molecules in the bulk are experiencing forces from all directions and they cancel out. So if there is any molecule outside, then it is likely to be attracted at the surface because there is an inward force. What we are saying, there are residual forces at the surface, And if you have metals, they have unsaturated or I can say unbalanced valencies at the surface. If you take nickel, so what is happening? This is at the surface you have unbalanced force. So they attract the particles or the gas molecules at their surface. This reason is, and as soon as you see the particles will come, what will happen? As the molecules will come, the entropy becomes less. What has happened? Delta S, the entropy is negative during adsorption, because the particles were having more chaos, more disorder, but they become attached, they become less ordered. And further you will see that what happens to delta H, there will be release of energy, it will be negative. This is an exothermic reaction. What I am trying to say, that energy will be released when adsorption takes place. So the adsorption is always going to release energy, because when the molecules were farther away, now they have come, and as the attractive force increases, the adsorption will only take place if there is attraction between the particles of the gas and the molecules at the surface of the solid. So when attractive force increases, what happens is there will be a lowering of energy, the surface energy will become less, and that amount of energy will be released in the form of heat. Therefore, these are always negative. And you know, students, that we also talk of delta G. What is delta G? Delta G is equal to delta H minus delta S. That is the condition for a spontaneous process. The adsorption is a spontaneous process at the surface. That means that you are saying delta H is negative, delta S is also negative. Negative becomes positive. Therefore, a time will come when delta H will become equal to P delta S. At that time, we will say that equilibrium has been attained. That is called the equilibrium state. So the number of molecules which are getting adsorbed are in equilibrium with the number of molecules which are getting desorbed, and that process will stop at that time. That is what I am saying. Equilibrium state will come when the two are equal. Okay, now students, let us see what are the factors which will affect adsorption process. There are many factors which will affect the adsorption process. First factor, I am saying the nature of the solute, nature of the adsorbate, the gases which are being adsorbed, what is the nature of them, and I am saying the nature of the adsorbent. As I said, not all the solids or liquids can adsorb the molecules. As I said, charcoal, silica gel, they are very good adsorbents, or alumina, because of their structure. You see, which has porous type of structure. Porous, or they may have, certain metals may have vacant interstitial spaces or vacant interstitial spaces in between them, certain metals which are adsorbing. So such substances are more likely to do adsorption, and the nature of adsorbent will depend. You see, you are using hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, ammonia, sulfur dioxide. So different gases have different amounts of adsorption. Here is a very important question for you in the exam, students, which I am going to talk. When I talk of gases adsorption, this question has been asked many times. Here we talked of liquefaction of the gases. But I am saying the gases which can be liquefied faster or easily, they are more adsorbed. Why? Because when the molecules of the gas come closer and closer, that means there is a stronger intermolecular forces of attraction. And if the intermolecular forces of attraction are stronger, they are going to be more attracted at the surface. Therefore, the absorption of such gases will be more. As you know, students, I am talking of the critical temperature. Critical temperature, which we call as TC. The higher the critical temperature, more easily gas can be liquefied, and therefore this will show more absorption. That is why sulfur dioxide is absorption has a greater tendency to show absorption than hydrogen or helium or other gases, because it is a polar molecule, and the polar molecules have dipole interaction. Stronger intermolecular forces of attraction exist, therefore they are absorbed more. Another thing is the effect of temperature. As you will see that what I am saying, if I increase the temperature, then what will happen? Absorption will decrease, because what is happening if I increase the temperature, students? Let me see, very important. I will be using the Lee-Chandler principle. Let me see what I am trying to say, that here you have adsorbent, which is my solid, and you have adsorbate, which is a gas causing, which could be hydrogen and nitrogen or sulfur dioxide or other gases or oxygen or some water. Now when it is absorbed, what is happening, that after the adsorption has taken place, adsorbed and adsorbate, what has happened? There is an equilibrium, and this is an exothermic reaction, students. Heat is evolved. If I increase the temperature, what will happen? The reaction will go in the reverse direction according to Lee-Chandler principle. Therefore, there will be decrease in adsorption with increase in temperature. Another factor which I am talking is pressure. So, what will happen if I increase the pressure? Then more molecules will be adsorbed. So we will expect that with increase in pressure, the adsorption should increase. But I will discuss this in more detail in the next lecture. It should increase. And last point which I want to tell students is activation of adsorbent. If we increase the surface area, or make it more rough, or we remove the adsorbed gases from the